Intentional Teaching Tips, Part 9. So our teachers in Maine are currently in their third or fourth week of the school year, depending on when they started, and they have all been doing an awesome job, I'm sure, of creating classroom community and building a positive classroom culture. But how can you continue that throughout the rest of the school year? It's not something you just do for the first few weeks and then stop. So here are 4 intentional tips to help you continue to cultivate a positive classroom community. Number 1 is shout-outs. I have used shout-outs with students of all ages, from toddlers all the way through college-aged students. So this is one that is versatile for all the early childhood age groups. So the way you do a shout-out is you gather the kids in a circle and everyone can raise their hand and they say, "I have a shout-out," and they share what their shout-out is for another person in the class or in the broader school community. Now, how frequently you do shout-outs is going to depend on the age of your learners and their dynamics. If you're doing this with toddlers, they can't hold on to long-term memory for very long to remember positive things that they want to shout out from days and days ago. So I would suggest making shout-outs a part of your daily routine with those younger learners. Once you get into the older spectrum of early childhood, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, they can hold on to those memories for longer. With 2nd and 3rd graders, I have done shout-outs as just a weekly practice. At the end of the day on Fridays, we think back to all the things we did during the week, and we'd give shout-outs to people that made our week more positive. The second way that you could help create positive classroom community ongoing throughout the year is kind of an evolution of the shout-out. For older students who are starting to read and write, you can have them write a Friendly Friday letter. Every Friday, they draw a name out of a hat, or you assign them a peer in their class, and they have to write a friendly note about something they like about that person or something they've noticed that person is doing well at, or just some sort of friendly note. And that student then gets to take it home over the weekend and read it with their family at home. This is a great extension activity of the shout-out for older students, those kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade learners, so that they can practice their writing skills, and it brings in some of the family relationships. The third way I'd recommend fostering positive classroom community throughout the year is with All About Me paper chains. This is an activity I've done with preschoolers, kindergartners, and 1st graders. Once a week throughout the school year, we would write a new fact about ourselves that we want to share with our classroom community. They would write it on their paper chain slip. They'd share it and have to do that speaking and listening with the class. And then we add it to their paper chain. So week 1, there's just one paper circle with their All About Me fact. Maybe it's I love soccer. The next week, they add a new one, we add it to the chain, and throughout the year, their All About Me chain grows. And so they get to take that home at the end of the year with all of these facts about themselves, as well as learn and listen to new facts about their classmates. And my 4th tip for fostering positive classroom community in those early childhood classrooms is a Get to Know Me Venn diagram. This is definitely for the older side of the early childhood spectrum, those 1st, 2nd, 3rd graders. I've done it with kindergartners, those too, and it's a great tool to get them to learn about Venn diagrams early in the year. If you're going to be doing a lot of comparing and contrasting of different stories in literacy or whatever you're doing, teaching them about the Venn diagram is really important. So an All About Me and Get to Know Each Other Venn diagram is where you partner 2 kids up and they get to know each other. They ask each other things about themselves. Things that are just apply to one child go in their side. Things that apply to the other child go in the other side, and things that they have in common go in the middle. So it's a great way to talk about similarities and differences and have kids talking to each other and getting to know one another and learning about Venn diagrams, which is a useful tool in literacy, science, math, all of the academic subjects. So those are 4 ways that I have used to continue fostering classroom community throughout the year as regular activities, regular classroom practices. I would love to hear about things that you do, and let me know if you try any of these tips in your classroom.